Okay, folks, so this is a quick insight into your feedback on Unit 2. I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible. So here we go. Right, so the rationale, fairly straightforward. You guys understand what you need to do. Basically, what I've done is I've used the handout that I created and I've just put it into the PowerPoint so I can just explain everything over again. But I won't be spending time on things which are quite basic. Marketing aims and objectives. You can pause the video whenever you want and read through things, but I just want to highlight here that many of you guys are using points from this list over here, which are not in relation to the case study. So, for example, one of you had mentioned that you want to grow market share. Now, the business itself is a medium sized independent store. Okay, market share is only applicable if you want to grow it if you have a number of stores you're looking to compete amongst, the big providers of this particular product. So if you want to compete against Halfords or Evans bikes, then it makes sense. Otherwise, something like growing a market share for the bicycle shop doesn't make sense. Also, something like enter new markets internationally. Again, that is not appropriate for this particular business. Some of you did actually mention this, and I was quite surprised. So there are steps of logical progression that needs to take through that you need to go through. So please use sensible marketing aims and objectives. Now, here I've got an example of what not to do. So this is from somebody's work from the classes rather. Um, Try and avoid things like this. A smart marketing objective is that I don't need to know this, or you don't need to give me a definition of smart. Avoid using this word or this abbreviation. Just go straight into it, right? So, for example, the person will get a mark here, brand awareness. That's correct. Start doing deliveries. Like, where are you getting deliveries from? Should increase their sales by 10% by the starting 3 months of 2019. Now, we are not told how much sales they are currently making. Yeah. Um, and although there is a measurable term here and a time element here, I think the person has just written it just for the sake of it. Yeah. So just be careful. Coming back to brand awareness, if you look at this, it says by 25% in the three closest towns. There's nothing about towns in the case study. Yeah. And again, 25%. How do you measure brand awareness by 25% unless it's given to you in the case study? This is a good example. Somebody has written here they want to increase in sales within its independent store by 10% by the end of 16 weeks, 4 months. This makes more sense. Why? Because one, they're saying they're increasing the sales by 10%, and then they've given 16 weeks, which is the amount of time that's provided in the case study. Now, increasing sales is a form of marketing objective, but you need to be more specific. So this is a good example, but this person isn't specific enough. How are they going to increase sales? What are they going to do? So a short explanation is required here, but this is an improvement nonetheless. This one is quite a good one here, where they talk about brand awareness. They haven't explicitly mentioned it, but they've said we'll create a business Instagram account where we post pictures. The business hopes to have reached 5,000 followers with at least an estimate of 400 coming in each week. It will be doing this by using the geotag location features, which targets people at several locations. The only thing this person is missing here is mentioning brand awareness. Yeah, mention brand awareness, that'd be fantastic. But easily I can spot how they're gonna do it, what they're gonna do, and it's also measurable as well. Okay, and the next one, the business will market a new product which is a price conscious and will target customers with lower end budget who will want to shift following bicycle. Now, this in itself, it's accepted. However, this kind of objective doesn't fit in with what is required over here. Okay, so please rewrite your marketing aims and objectives and make sure that they fill out the required statements. Research analysis. Now, I said here, you need to cover all of these aspects. You need to provide a paragraph, bullet point sources. Now, many of you have just listed, like, using bullet points, and the paragraph is required so that you can basically apply what's being written here to the bicycle shop. It's all good presenting research, but what good is this research? So, what I need from you guys is a paragraph explaining what this is. This person here has written down Mintel. That's fine. What I'm taking from this is that this is all from the Mintel research, but there's no paragraph here to explain what good is this research, who is this research for, what does this research mean. It's just like literally presentation of research. Justification, again, quite straightforward. Swap pestle, and then you do like 2-3 paragraphs explaining the marketing campaign, why you're going to do it, what strengths have you picked up from your SWOT, what opportunities are you going to use, anything that from the pestle analysis that you could use. Okay, do not, please, do not have 3 columns where the first column is showing you SWOT, weakness, opportunities, threats, and then you got one internal, one external. Just make one SWOT analysis, and within the strengths, have internal and external points. Okay, but make sure you apply them to the business. So, for example, if you're saying that the bicycle industry is worth £1 billion in 2017, comment on that by saying this is ideal for the bicycle shop because it shows that this is a profitable industry to work in. Okay. Right, so as you can see, the first activity is 34 marks, and you should work around having an hour and 30 minutes to complete this. Now, the marketing mix. Now, you gotta basically make sure that you're commenting on the 4 P's as a minimum. Okay. Now we've put in 7 P's now because I want you guys to sort of get your head around how to write towards the 3 P's. The distinction piece of work, the exemplar that we went through in class, they only had 5 P's, which was the product, price, place, promotion, and the process. Yeah. If you write all 7 wonderfully, then you're on a good track to get 20 out of 20 to get for the marketing mix. Yeah, that's what the marks are for the marketing mix. Now, I'm not expecting you to write loads for every single one. However, for the promotion aspect, you are required to write quite a significant amount because you've got to talk about how you're going to promote this product. Now, you should be looking to write about 3 to 4 techniques because this is how this is what fuels the marketing campaign. Okay, so if you're going to use Instagram, talk about Instagram. What are the benefits of it? If you're going to use YouTube, again the same. Why you're using it? What are the benefits of it? If you're going to use leaflets, if you're going to use local newspapers, if you're going to use trade magazines like specialist industry magazines like the Cycling Weekly or whatever it is, yeah, talk about it. Why are you going to use it? Okay. Um, Marketing message, that's quite straightforward. And then you've got your budget. Now, a lot of you didn't do so well in the budget side because you ran out of time. Okay, now I'm sure if you engage with this again, you will be able to you'll be able to do this really well. Now remember, you need to talk about the budget itself and how you're going to spend it. Okay, so this is what I'm asking you to do. If you've got a budget of £15,000, you're going to spend 5,000 on social media. Be specific. Which aspect of social media you're going to use? How much is it going to cost on a weekly, monthly basis? And when you're writing like this, what it shows me is that you have carefully thought about the costs. Now, remember what I said to you. Yeah, look, focus this bullet point over here. If the case study mentions 15 grand, yeah, you've spent 16K, means you've gone over budget. You need to be either at the same budget or below. If you're slightly below, doesn't matter. But if you're like off by 2, 3, 4K, it's showing that you're not utilizing all the aspects of the budget. Now, timescale. I'm gonna stop the screen here because a lot of you get confused on how to set up a timescale spreadsheet. So I'm just gonna quickly demonstrate that for you here. Okay. So simply, all you have to write here is promotional material, yeah, or promotion type, right? The headings don't have to be like exactly word for word, but they need to be along the lines of something that I can recognize. So Facebook, YouTube. I was gonna write WhatsApp there. Facebook, YouTube, leaflets, newspapers. Right, here we go. And then literally all I'm doing here now, okay, if I just insert a row there, okay, I've got month 1. Okay, so all I'm doing is highlighting this. There's 2 ways what I can do. I can either click merge and center. You have an option to do that. Okay, and what it does, it makes it one thing. Or you can do the following. You can highlight it like that, right click, format cells, and you can just come to alignment and just hit merge cells. Okay, and that way it just merges one cell into one. Now, all I can do here is I can write month 1, and then I can do week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, okay? And all I have to do now is literally highlight that, center it. Some of you ask, how do I put like a lines around it? Simply come to this section here, click all borders. And then what you could do to make it even more neat is just double click here, and there you go. All right, looks nice and neat. And then what you could do is simply, rather than do the whole thing again, highlight this like so, right click, copy, click into cell the next cell long, right click again, insert copied cells, and then voila, it comes up. And obviously you need to change that to month 2. So here we are, month 2. And remember, they said in the case study that they want this for at least 12 to 16 weeks. So 12 to 16 weeks is 3 to 4 months. So again, I'm just going to highlight that, click there, insert copied cells, and there you go. All right, so it's all done for me now. So all I need to do is just change the numbers, month 3, month 4. Now, I missed out something. Again, you guys don't have to include it, but I'm going to include it anyways. If I click insert here, I can write down duration, and I can write here weeks or months. Yeah, so when you're filling this out, so when you're coloring this in, yeah, you're coloring that in, you can say that this is going to take 4 weeks. If you're going to use YouTube, you know, you can write here 2 months. Okay, and remember, the timescale aspect doesn't mean that you just make this and that's it. You have to explain it. Why are you using it for 4 weeks? Why are you using this for 2 months? Okay, so I hope that helps you guys, and you're able to crack on and make the improvements, please. Thank you.